All right, guys, it's time for your final coding exercise. So click on day 1.4 variables. Now, the aim of the game is to switch the values of these two variables around. So if we go ahead and run our code as it is, it's going to ask us for a value of A, let's call it 5, and then it's going to ask us a value for B, let's call that 100. And then when I hit enter, what you want the code to do is to go ahead and print A equals 100 and B equals 5. So basically switch those values around. And you're going to have to write your code in here. And it's really, really important that you don't change any of the code here or the code here. Now, it's easy enough to simply just write print A equals B and B equals A, but this doesn't test you on anything. This is not the solution. This is wrong. Don't change the code here. Don't change the code here. Instead, all you have are these lines where you can write as much code or as little code as you need to achieve this end. And when you achieve it, it should look something like this. You type a value for A, you type a value for B, and when you hit enter, they get printed out but switched around. Have a think about how variables work, how they store data, and if you get really stuck, imagine that you have two cups. One holds a cup of milk, one holds a cup of coffee, and you want to switch the contents of the cup around. How would you do that in real life? And then try and see if you can apply that logic to the code. Pause the video now and give this a go. All right, so I hope you didn't cheat and instead you actually had to think about this problem. If you got stuck, remember how I said if you have a cup of coffee and you have a cup of milk and you want to switch the contents of the cups around, how would you do this in real life? Well, you would probably get a third cup, right? And then you'd be able to shift the contents around. So that's exactly what we're going to do with our code as well. We can create a new variable called C, and we can set that to equal the value that's stored inside A. And then later on, we can get the variable A to store the value that's currently inside B. And finally, we're now ready to get B to store the value that was previously inside A, which is now contained inside the variable C. These three lines achieve this little switcheroo that we've got here. And this is one of the most common programming interview questions that you'll come across. And the code is super simple, but what you have to apply here is some logic. And I usually think about real life examples like the cups, and I hope that helped you as well. If this was at all confusing, then have a go trying this out in Thonny. But if you got it right, then congratulations. This was actually quite a hard challenge. You had to think about a lot of things and think outside the box as well. So give yourself a pat on the back if you got it right. If you didn't get it right, then I really recommend to put this code inside Thonny and see how it's being moved around so that you really understand what's going on behind the scenes. And then you can move on to the next lesson, where we're going to talk about some of the rules around naming variables. For all of that and more, I'll see you there.